In today's video, we are going to understand two very much important functions inside the serializer, which is two internal value and two representation. After understanding them, we'll understand that with the flow diagram, which will also include the validations and the create and update method inside the serializer. After understanding this all theory over here, we'll write the code and understand them practically. So now let's understand two internal value method over here. This is the first function that run when its valid method is called. Okay, but the big question is, why do we need this function? So consider the scenario that you want to alter the data before getting validated. So this is the same role, exact role that two internal value method plays over here. So whenever we want to change the code, we write the code inside this function and we alter the data over here before getting it validated. Okay, so the syntax for this is like def to internal value self comma data. Data is a dictionary with all the key value pairs over here. Whatever logic you want to write, whatever alterment or whatever you want to do over here, you can write over here. Then you return the data to the super class super internal function, so that after this all the validations can run. Okay, so after, I think you might have got bit understanding of this thing. So now let's understand two representation method. This is the last function that runs when .save method is called, or we are just getting the data using the serializer. Okay, so but two representation plays the same exact or like similar kind of a role of two internal value over here. This also helps in altering the data, but before sending it to front end or other application people. Okay, so the syntax for this is like two representation self comma instance. There is no data over here, it is an instance. We need to convert this instance by passing it to the model serializer name over here. Then we get the object contain all the data in the key value pair, and you can alter over here, write any logic over here. Then you can send that object to the front end people or other application people. Now you might have got the fair bit of understanding of two functions over here. So now let's understand them with the validation and create and update method in the flow diagram. So whenever is underscore valid method is called, the first function is invoked is to underscore internal underscore method. After that, whatever validation that you have applied, that will run in the order that you have written over there. So if you don't know the order in which the validation run, so I have made the dedicated video for that. So I will ping that video in the I button. Please watch that video so that you get a better understanding how does the validation and the order in which the validation run occurs. Okay, so we get the two outcome from after calling the is underscore valid method, true or false. So if we get the true over here, we'll call the is underscore save method, and after that the data will get created or updated over here. After that is done, the data is passed to the two representation, and then we can send it to the other people, front end or other application people. This diagram is very much important over here, because in the initial time I was very much struggling to understand the flow in which the data get passed inside the serializer. Okay, so I have made this diagram with my own understanding and by doing the research and everything. So please understand this diagram. Okay, so now that we got a theory knowledge over here, let's go to the IDE and understand this in the practical part. So welcome back to our favorite IDE, Visual Studio Code over here. As you can see, we have already made a serializer, model serializer over here, which is the two field name and role field, which is mapped from the student model over here. This is a student model. Okay, and we have also added the validations over here. Though there is no validations over here, we have only written the print statement so that we can understand the flow in which the data is getting passed. Okay, so there is a validator function, there is a field level validation for name and role field, and there is object level validation for all the fields over here. So now we need to write four main functions over here: two internal value, create and update functions over here, and two representation functions over here. Okay, so the first function that we will write is a two internal value over here. Okay, it will get the two arguments, self, which is by default because it is inside the class function, and then the data over here, which is the key value pair of the data that we get passed from the other application or front end people over here. Okay, and then we call the super internal value because after passing the data, we need to say that you can now run the validations over here. Okay, so after that we'll create the create method over here, which will get the self and validated data, because the data that create method get is already being validated. Okay, so we will create the student object, we will pass the instance, then we'll write update method over here, which will get 3 arguments: self, instance, and validated data. If you want to make any update to the instance, you can make changes in the instance and pass that instance. Okay, then the last will write to underscore internal representation method, which will get self comma instance. You need to convert this instance to the object, so we'll pass the instance to the to representation of the super serializer. Then it will get converted into the dictionary object key value pair. Okay, so now that we have written all the required functions over here, so now let's go to the postman and create one entry so that we can understand the proper flow. And let's write some name, okay, some random name. Then we'll click the send button. As you can see, the data has been created. So now let's understand the flow. Okay, so as we know, as we have discussed, the data that get passed is inside the internal value, which is the data as a dictionary, name and role over here. Okay, then as we can see in the diagram, we have discussed the same thing, to internal method. Then it goes to the validation. Okay, so it has gone to all the validations over here. The first, it has gone to the validators, which is over here. So this is there is some kind of order in which it flows inside the validation. If you have not watched the previous video, please do watch that video so that you get the better understanding that how does the validation work and how does the data flow inside the validations. Okay, so I'll ping that video inside the I button, so please watch that video. Okay, so the first, it has gone to the validators, then it has gone to the field level validations. Okay, then it has gone to the object level validations over here. So after all the validation, it has been done. As we can see in the diagram, after the validation, the save method is invoked. Inside the save method, it goes to the create update method. Since we are doing the creation, it has gone to in create method over here. Okay, which get the dictionary data and the data. After that thing, the model has been created. Okay, so now after that all the thing has been done, the creation has been done, so we go to the to representation method. So as you can see over here, we are inside the to representation, which is ordered dict, which is now ready to be passed to the front end or the application people. So this is the exact flow which we discussed. So this is a very important to understand the flow in which the data is passed. So I assume that you might have got a better understanding that how does the data is getting flowed inside the serializer. So if you like the video, please press the like button. Please comment your thought in the comment section. Please do comment, because it helps me. I go through the comment and it helps me that the people are getting the knowledge that I'm sharing. It motivates me a lot. Okay, please share the video with your friend. Please subscribe to the channel so that I can make such amazing videos for you. Okay, so we'll meet in the next video. Till then, take care.